That Journey Chick on Instagram. Welcome to Crafting and Crime Daily, the daily show where I describe live trials when they're available. Nothing going on right now, but I do expect a new one to start next week. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for coming. I often use the like button. Please don't forget to hit the like button and then apologize. Yes. But today I'm going to have the like button to my physical work, because I'm working from home today. So that's this computer. I'm going to make the like button answer all my emails.
Oh no!
Yes, you must. And please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed to the channel and you just kind of found it. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. And don't forget the notification bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live with a verdict. Now, the two verdicts that we are waiting for are in federal court, which is not televised, so I couldn't go live with them anyway because nothing to show you. We'll talk about that later on in the show. Got my gnome coffee cup. I do not have a diamond painting in front of me today. I'm going to work on a little crochet project. I'll show you that I started. So first, let's talk about the craft room. Yes, different setup. The fireplace is over here. The yarn is over here. I'm going to show you in a split screen the progress I made. It took me 3 days. The only thing I haven't done is run the vacuum. I need to do that, but everybody's sleeping right now, so I couldn't do that yet. But I had to take all the yarn out of here. All of the yarn out, so that I could fix this one row here, because it was kind of discombobulated. So I fixed it, moved it with the help of my granddaughter, moved it to this side of the room, carefully refilled everything, placed it nice and neat, organized. As you can see, I've got Hanks in here, Ferris wheel, mandala, more mandala Karen cakes over here. So it's kind of organized. I don't need any more yarn, but I did discover, like, I don't have, like, I wanted to do this poncho and I don't have enough of any one color to do a poncho, because I like to order this and that. And when I first started, I would order 2 skeins of yarn, and I quickly learned you should probably order 3 if you want to do a project. So now, and then in the ones, I put the child safety locks on. We're going to see if that keeps the kittens out. But the ones that I only got 8, because that's all the store had. They kind of package of 4, and what you have to do is you just hold this top button. They're my safety locks too, and then open it up and you're good to go. So I might have to glue them down. They're stuck here with adhesive. You know, they have an adhesive backing, but I don't know, sometimes they pop off. So we'll see if over time they stay, or if I'm going to have to add a little glue, super glue or something. But so far so good. There's a string hanging here, which that's going to entice them. Oh my, let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay, so now when I order yarn, I order a 3-pack. So what's down here in the lower shelves that are still Velcroed is just anything that's still in a package. Yeah, that, you know, of course, Stitch likes to chew open packages. That's his thing. Yeah, it's weird, like the water bottle plastic that surrounds water bottles. He likes to chew on that, and I don't know, he's a weird cat. We all know that he's a weird cat. Yeah. Okay, let me show you. I'll show you my cross stitch progress. Now, there will be no craft with me Wednesday this week, because Wednesday is my birthday. Yay. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. So no Wednesday afternoon live, which, so that's going to be, it's the show with me and Marissa, the Crafty Heifer, where we're going to wrap up everything for the year for our temperature blanket. So instead, we're going to do on Saturday, New Year's Day. We're going to do that. Then we're going to kick off our temperature collab for 2022, which is cross stitch. Yes. So here's what I've started. I'm doing a bookcase, and I'm just kind of measuring out each bookshelf here. And each bookshelf will have 30 books. So up on the top it says 2022. I don't know if I can get a little closer. 2022. So I'm ready to go ahead and start putting books on the bookshelf. Now each book will be a different color, and I've worked out the temperatures and I've wrote them into my planner, which is right here behind me. So I don't have to reach over to the table. I'm trying to keep that table cleaned off so I can do stuff over there. It was always such a mess. It really was. Oh my word. Is this mouse gonna work today? The other day it wasn't working. Nope, it's not gonna work. It must need a new battery. Oh well. Okay, so that's the progress on that. Yes. So we'll put that, we're putting it on the table. Okay, today I want to show you. Now I already opened them, but I'm going to show you what I got in the mail yesterday. Yes. So this is from one of my besties, Narrate. She loves to support the channel through her gifts, and she sent me a birthday present. Oh my God, you guys have to see it. I will take a close-up of it, but it is a wood pen. It's very, very light. It's a wood pen, and it says Rebecca diamond painting pen, and it has butterflies on it and a kitten. Oh my God, so cute. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so thank you, Narrate. Okay, you got to see a close-up of that. And that actually came from a company called Sparkle DP. It's based out of Toronto, Quebec, Canada. Yeah. And then I got a special present from Diamond Painting Drills. Yes. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so it came with a card, and the card is very special. I'm not going to read it, but it's actually a thank you card. We had a great year. I am an affiliate with her company. She is offering, in fact, she just sent me a code for discount for the Ticket to Ride event. I hope you guys are taking part in that. Yeah, so there will be a discount code for Diamond Painting Drills. Actually, a lot of our sponsors are offering discount codes. You're not going to want to miss that. Actually, I want to save the card. We'll get rid of that. So I have this, I saved this big, huge Christmas bag to use as garbage. So it's already filling up. Garbage there. Okay. Look at this gold bag. She does everything extra, you know, because it's a diamond drill company, right? So I'm thinking she's sending me some free drills, right? Now as a thank you. Oh no, something even better. And I will put a close-up of it here. So she put it in a gold bag. She wrapped it in a silver wrapping paper, and then it comes in a little bag. Oh my word. Look, it is this gorgeous bracelet. I don't know if you can see it. Isn't that beautiful? And it's one of those that wrap around your wrist. Now, unfortunately, I have a big old wrist, so it's not going to work on my wrist. Maybe it'll work. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, unfortunately, it's beautiful. Oh, it's got these little depictions of diamonds in there, and then it's got some diamond drills in there. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna lose weight, and then I'll be able to wear it. So we're gonna save this in the jewelry box. Thank you so much, Diamond Painting Drills. That's Alyssa over at Diamond Painting Drills. Hi, buddy. You want to get into your basket? Come on. I put you in the basket. Here you go. Here's your basket. Oh, good boy. So for some reason, the basket is just not the same because it's not in the same place. Neither one of them want to go in the basket anymore. Well, I don't know. Maybe he'll go in. He's like looking around. I've had my granddaughter here for the last couple of days. He's so scared of her. He just, after 2 days, he's just now like venturing out to say hi to her. I didn't know he was afraid of strangers. Okay, he's gonna sit in the basket. All right. So I think I want to save. I'm such a hoarder. You should have seen the stuff I threw away. Like some of the stuff, I'm like, oh no, I gotta keep it. It's a bag. I gotta keep it. But a lot of stuff I threw away because, wow, am I a hoarder? Yes, I am a hoarder. Okay, so yes, it's going on the desk. I'm gonna put it away though. I have a place for it. I promise you. I found a place, like all my loom stuff is in a container with a couple of loom projects that are whips. All of the diamond paintings are in a corner. The ones that are boxed, not the old double-sided adhesive ones. I'm just seeing what Pearl's up to. Oh my gosh. Containers of yarn that just did not make it into the cabinet. Not enough room in the cabinet. Containers of whip yarn projects, crochet projects. And, oh, one of the containers has drills, diamond painting drills that I keep separate from, because they just wouldn't fit back into the boxes of the, the Diamond Art Club boxes. So they're in one of the containers. Yeah, talk about a lot of work. My back was killing me yesterday. It really was. Oh my word. Actually, I need addresses here for, not that one. Okay. So here's the project I'm working on. I have Stitch's iPad just in case the box didn't settle him down. Although I could put the iPad up there for him. He's looking at it. He's like, hey, there's my iPad. Yes, there's your iPad. I don't even know if it's charged, buddy. Oh, it is charged. Aren't you lucky? Okay, here you go. Here you go, buddy. Here. Stitch. Right here. There's your iPad. He's like, whoa. Concierge service. Whoa. Oh my God. There goes the other one. Okay. I see what the problem is here. Okay. Whoa. He just jumped from the table to the top of the... Okay, okay. I'm starting to see some flaws in the design here. Okay. We're going to have to rethink this a little. Yeah. But, okay. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm in this crochet book that I got for Christmas. Crochet Beautiful Hats. I got this for Christmas. So it's a very basic book, but I found an interesting hat pattern. It's super simple. I'm using this Premier yarn. Okay. So I'm like 12 rows into it so far. And this is working up really beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is. I'm showing you the seam, of course. So I've got about 4 more rows. And then the brim the brim is very interesting. It almost makes it look like it was knitted, and it's going to actually go in a different direction. I'm going to do like 11 stitches that are going this way, like here, and make a band around. I've never done that. Usually we do rows, but this is going to be a band. And then you do all these different rows around, and it makes it look knitted. I don't know if I have a picture. Let's see if I don't, there's not a lot of pictures in this book. Let's see if I can find it. Aha. Okay, it's a black and white picture. All right, I'll put put one right here so you can see it. So we can sit and we can chit chat. Yes. So today is National Card Day. Yes, playing card day. Playing cards originated back in the 9th century China. Now, not the ones that as we know it today. Then they sort of evolved. These cats, I'm telling you what, they are in a mood. Hold on. It wasn't until a few centuries later that regular playing cards, as we know them today, started emerging in Europe. The original suits of cards were coins, cups, swords, and sticks or batons. Yeah, and then somehow they were changed to kings, queens, you know, and then what's it, diamonds? No, it's hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. And it was thought to represent like the different classes of people, clergy, aristocracy, military, and peasantry. Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but okay, we'll go with it. Did you know that in Las Vegas, they use 27 million decks of cards every year? 27 million. They'll use a deck of cards for a while and then they get rid of it. They'll sell the old ones. I've actually, whenever I go to Vegas, I'll try to pick up like, I'll go to the gift shop. You can go to the gift shop and you can buy a deck of cards. It's kind of cool. Yeah, the old cards, they sell them for like, you know, cheap, a buck, something like that. Because they have to be constantly changing out the cards. Now there's a card game called Ganjifa that became popular during the Mughal period, and it's out of India, and it has 10 suits in it, 120 cards that are all hand painted, and people, it's a very popular game in India. Who knew? I love card games like poker, hearts, spades. Oh, I love spades. I'm good at spades. I had a boyfriend once that taught me how to play spades, and he was really good at it. So he taught me all the nuances of spades, because spades, you know, if you're playing online is a little different, but well, no, it's not different at all. You have to play with a stranger, but you can't see them, and it's, you know, it's a little different. It's a little different playing online, but it is played at, with a partner, and you have to kind of guess how many tricks that you're going to take. You know, you have to gamble. Oh, I'm going to take this many tricks, and if you don't take that many tricks, you lose a certain amount of points. So I got pretty good at that game. Now hearts is kind of fun too. Poker, I can play it online very, very well. I'm great at poker online, but in person, oh no, my face gives me away every time. I do not have a poker face. You know, I'll look at my cards and go, oh, ooh, you know, I'm very facially expressive. Is that, I guess that's what you call? Yeah. No, you do want to play poker with me because you'll know what my hand is. I'll give it away every time. So yeah, no, I don't play poker in person. Now I like Pai Gow poker. That's a super interesting game, and I haven't played it for a while, so I can't describe it. Every time I want to play it, I have to go relearn it because you forget. If you don't play a card game, you tend to forget, and you have to remind yourself, you know. And but to me, when I go to Vegas, Pai Gow poker is the easiest table game to win, even more than blackjack. Blackjack's kind of predictable. Not, I mean, you know that anything 15 or above, you want to stay. Pretty much everybody knows that. But some people will gamble and they'll say, hey, give me another card, and then they bust. Or they'll say, hey, give me another card, and they get 21. So that's the risk you take. But Pai Gow poker, yes, the odds are definitely in your favor with Pai Gow poker. So, and not many people do know how to play it. My uncle taught me how to play Pai Gow poker. I used to go to Vegas and I would see all these Oriental people playing the Pai Gow poker, and I'm like, what is that? You know, and it seemed very popular among them. So I said, oh, you know, and my uncle taught me to play, and he and I, when we'd go to the casinos, he and I would sit and play Pai Gow poker. The only thing I didn't like, this is what I don't like about casinos, smokers. Oh, I cannot stand the cigarettes. I just can't. You know, even if they're like on the other, you know, you're sitting at a table and there might be 5 or 6 of you, even if somebody's on the other side of the table, you know, sometimes the smoke will blow your way, and it's just, I just find it nauseating. Yeah. So what is your favorite playing card game? Let me know in the comments. I would like to know. Do any of you collect playing cards? Do you have anything interesting? Oh, I forgot to show you one of the Christmas presents I got. Ah, you're gonna love this. My son and his wife, they went to, I don't know what store they went to, but they got all these really cute gifts, like just kind of funny gifts. This one is called the Friends Crochet Kit, where you can make the couch and the coffee mug from Central Perk. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the coffee mug there, and there is the couch. So when you open it, it has everything you need in here to crochet this darn thing. How funny is that? So they give you like the little couch cushion. Then they give you the yarn, the 4 different colors of yarn. There's the instructions. I think there's even, yeah, everything's in here. Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, there's a darning needle there. Yes, and there is a crochet hook. How funny is that? Everything you need to crochet. We're going to do that on a Craft With Me Wednesday one night. We're going to play with this little thing and see if we can crochet the coffee cup from Central Perk. How adorable is that? I love it. That was really funny. So they also got me, what else did I get? Christmas was really nice. It really was. I'm not even focusing on the gifts. It was just fun to be with my family. And we had such a good time. We did like a little white elephant gift exchange, and that was fun too. Okay, let's talk about what you came here for. Crafting and crime. Okay, let's talk about the 2 cases where the juries are deliberating in federal court. Now, the one case, Ghislaine Maxwell, everybody points out that I pronounce it wrong. Ghislaine, you don't pronounce the S. Ghislaine Maxwell. The jury was sent home Wednesday. They did not deliberate Thursday and Friday because the judge gave them the holiday off. So they resumed deliberations yesterday. Spent all day deliberating. They asked to read the transcript of one of the victims' boyfriend's testimony, and they also wanted to see the transcript of the personal pilot's testimony, which I find, I find all that interesting. I don't know what the read on all that is. I don't know, but interesting nonetheless. So this is super easy pattern, just double crochets all the way around. After the increase, it's just double crochets until you get to the brim, like I said. So in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, so interesting article that I read though, the victims were not given priority seating in the courtroom. If you want a seat in this courtroom, you have to get to the courthouse between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So what the media does, a lot of the news media, is they hire placeholders to stand in line so they can get a good seat in the main courtroom. Now there's other courtrooms where they have video streaming, but so so weird. But you really want to be in the main courtroom so you can hear it. You can hear it well. You can't really hear it well when you're in getting a video stream. Sometimes the stream's not working correctly. Sometimes the person that's talking is off camera. Um, so anyway, so these people get in line. They hire placeholders from anywhere from $20 an hour to $50 an hour, and in Minnesota it's freezing cold. So these people are paying someone else to sit in line for them, but the victims, they have to get there at least by 4 in the morning if they want a good spot in any of the courtrooms. They are not given priority seating. But you know who is given priority seating? The Ghislaine Maxwell family. They are, when they arrive at the courthouse, they are escorted like royalty into the building and given first row seating behind Ghislaine Maxwell. She's on trial. She's facing 70 years in prison. Why isn't the victims given priority? That's so wrong. It really is. You know, this is a necessary part, I think, a lot of times, for, for the victims to heal, is to see these people tried for their crimes. But they have to sit out in the freezing cold in a security line to get in to any place to watch this thing. It's so sad. Anyway, I digress. And then in the Elizabeth Holmes case, Elizabeth Holmes is on trial for the Theranos company, which was valued at one time to be worth $10 billion. It's a company she started when she was 19 years old. And she was marketing a little machine called the Edison. And she's on trial for fraud because the darn thing didn't work. So she fraudulently induced all these investors to put big money into something that didn't work. So the jury has been deliberating on that for 29 hours. They also had the holiday off and then came back yesterday and resumed their deliberations. None of these juries appear to be close to reaching a verdict. So they will resume their deliberations again this morning. In fact, probably as we speak. They've already begun their deliberations. My nose is stuffed up today. I'm sorry, I sound very nasally. Yeah, it got, Christmas and like the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, it was pretty warm here. But now it's kind of chilly again. Last night we had another cold front come through. Today I'm going to also tell you I got a true crime story for you. Since we don't have a live trial to talk about, I got a true crime story for you. And this is a case of a woman named Kathy. She had 3 babies who died of sudden infant death syndrome. She got pregnant again, had a 4th child, and that child died too. So let me tell you a little bit about her background. Back in 1969, her father, Thomas, and her mother, Kathleen, they met, they fell in love, they got married, and in 1969, they were both very heavy drinkers. They were drinking that night. They were not they were in separate places drinking, and they had this huge fight. He gets a carving knife, comes over to where she's at, calls her out into the street, and he proceeds to stab her 28 times with this carving knife. So, of course, he goes to prison. So they left this young child, and she gets put into the foster care system, and she grows up with these foster parents who never bother to adopt her. And then on her 16th birthday, they tell her all about who her father and mother are. How horrible is that? Oh, and by the way, we're not your real parents. We didn't bother to adopt you. We're your foster parents. And here's who your parents really are. So that's a little bit about Kathy's background. So Kathy grows up, and she meets a man named Craig shortly after high school, and they fall in love. Craig was older than her, and they decide they want to have a family, and they're very happy together, and they have their first child, Caleb. So in February of 1989, she feeds Caleb around 1 a.m. and then just before 3 a.m. she goes to check on him, and she finds him not breathing, dead in his crib. So he was not able to be resuscitated, and the autopsy said that he had died from sudden infant death syndrome. This is it's not as common today, but way back when, in Europe they call it a cot death. Here we call it SIDS, or crib death. It's just something that they're not able to identify an actual cause of death. It's just that they stop breathing and don't start breathing again, causing their death. So sad. So she's grieving, and she thinks, okay, they thought, well, let's have another child. So 3 years later, she gives birth to Philip. So at 4 months of age, Philip, she finds him not breathing. They are able to resuscitate him, but the resuscitation leaves him permanently with a seizure disorder, and he's blind. So sad. But then 4 months after that, he is found dead in his crib. The coroner says that he died of an epileptic fit with an airway obstruction. So this poor woman, she's lost 2 children. Just a couple of years later, she has another baby, Sarah. And the same thing happens. Sarah is found dead in her crib. And right about this time, after the 3rd death, over in Europe, they have this scientist, or this man who's an expert, and he's well known for his for developing the Munchausen's Biproxy theory, which, as many of you know, that's where the mother or someone will harm their child in an attempt to get attention. They'll take the child to the emergency room claiming there's something wrong with him. They run all these tests on the child, then the mother gets all this attention. So this is a guy that invented that theory. But he also had a theory that that you could not have more than one sudden infant death in the same family, that he had what he called, the guy's name was Roy Meadow, and he had what he called Meadow's Law. So he said if you lost 1 child, it was tragic. If you lost 2 children for SIDS, it was suspicious. If you lost 3 children to SIDS, it was murder. Yeah. So prosecutors were hiring this guy without any evidence to prosecute these other women. So one of the other women that was prosecuted was a woman by the name of Angela Channing. So Angela had 3 children die from sudden infant death syndrome. And she was prosecuted, where this Roy Meadows comes in and he testifies. And the only evidence that they had against her was that she was the only one home, or the only one present in the room when her children were found dead, and that they all died from what was called, unknown causes, sudden infant death syndrome. And the testimony of this expert who said, if you follow Meadow's Law 3, he would say, he used this theory, he had this statistic that there was a 73 million to 1 chance that you'd have more than 1 sudden infant death syndrome in the same family. So the odds were 1 in 73 million. Now, where did he get this statistic? He got this statistic from a study, so they interviewed the guy that wrote the study, And he said, no, he's totally taking that out of context. He said, what I meant was that one child in the 73 million that are born in Europe will die of SIDS. But he totally took, he says, I was willing to come testify about what I really meant with that statistic, but nobody ever called him to testify. So this poor woman, Miss Channing, Angela Channing, gets convicted and sentenced to 3 life sentences concurrent. So she goes to prison for life. Then there was another woman, also over in Europe, Sally Clark. She was a lawyer. Her and her husband were lawyers. Their first baby dies of SIDS. So they immediately decide, of course she was grief-stricken. They decide, we're going to have another baby. So they get pregnant again, and lo and behold, that child dies of SIDS. So they decide they're going to put her on trial. And of course, who do you think testifies? Roy Meadows. He comes in with Meadows Law, and he is going to ultimately be her demise too. So she is convicted with no evidence other than this Meadows Law and sentenced to 2 life sentences in jail. So now we're going back to the case of Kathy. Now this is all going on while Kathy has a 4th baby. She decides, I'm having a 4th baby. Now the 4th baby was named Laura. So Laura, Mom is very protective of Laura. She makes everyone that comes in contact with Laura pretty much has to take CPR. And Laura was connected like an apnea monitor that went right to the hospital. So they would alert her if the child stopped breathing. So she was being monitored when she slept. If she was babysat by anyone, they had to have CPR. This mom was being super, super careful. So one of the women that babysat Laura, when Laura was 12 months old, she was at this woman's home. She was sleeping on the couch, and the woman goes up to Laura and sees that she's this funny color, and she panics. She's like, oh my God, she's not breathing. So she picks her up and she puts her on the floor, because if you're going to do CPR, it has to be on a hard surface. So she had taken her CPR, she picks her up, puts her on the floor, and with that movement of the child, it prompted her to start breathing again, and she was fine. So that was at 12 months old. So they go ahead and they celebrate her first birthday, and they're thinking, okay, we got past this, it's not, she's fine, she's going to be fine, she's a year old now. So unfortunately, she gets to be 20 months old, and Mom finds her one day not breathing. So she calls 911, and she tells the operator, my child's not breathing. I've already had 3 children die of sudden infant death syndrome. Yeah. So now she has a 4th child die. So about this time, she and her husband Craig are they're not getting along anymore. He's like, this is 4 children. And so he finds her diaries and he reads her diaries. And in her diaries, she wrote, I am my father's daughter. And as you recall, her father was a murderer. And then there was another thing she wrote. There was nothing out of the ordinary with the kids. I did it. So, rather than, and there were some other pretty incriminating statements in this diary, but I mean, if you think about it, someone who is that grief-stricken, as 4 children, she's bound to think, what did I do? Why me? Did I do something to cause this? And maybe she's just writing out her thoughts, and, it doesn't mean she did anything. It just means she's feeling horrible, horrible guilt for what has happened to her children. But in any case, her sweet little old husband Craig turns these diaries over to the police. Yes, my word. Okay. I will bring you part 2 tomorrow. We'll find out what happens to Kathy Britton. Yeah. Meanwhile, what's happening this day in history? In December 28th, 1991, celebrities Heavy D and Puff Daddy, remember Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, they're having this celebrity basketball game. Now they had 66 New York police officers, 38 City College campus police officers, and 20 security guards. But they could not hold back the crowd. They started letting people in about 6 o'clock. The event started about 7, and these people, like thousands of people, just broke into this thing. They just broke down the doors and stampeded in. And what they did was they headed to a stairwell that led to the entry to this basketball game. So they go down the stairwell, like this mass group of people, thousands of people head to the stairwell. They go down. When they get to the bottom of the stairwell, thinking they're going to go into this basketball game, 3 of the 4 doors are closed, and they don't open into the gymnasium where the game is going on. They open into the stairwell. So of course this throng of people is in there, so they can't get those doors open. So there's only one door open to the gymnasium. So of course all these people are still coming down this stairwell. So some of the first few people, 9 people, are crushed and died during this attempt to get into this game. So unfortunate. Oh my God, crazy loss of life. Yeah. So that is this day in history, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Oh my gosh, it's already Tuesday. Take care, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow on Crafting Can Crime for part 2 of Kathy's story. Bye everybody. Take care.